I had to fly into a small country in Europe called Estonia to speak at a conference, and on my way to Estonia, I had an 8.5-hour layover in Frankfurt, Germany. And because I had a long enough layover, I wanted to go out and explore the city because I'd never seen Frankfurt before. Now, what I did not know about Frankfurt was that on Sunday, which was the day that I landed in Frankfurt, a lot of people took the day off as a day of rest in Germany. People wanted to spend this day with their families and to rest because that was just a normal culture in Germany. So I didn't know this. I leave the airport and I go and get a taxi cab, and the driver happened to be from India and he spoke Hindi. So now he's telling me what's going on. He knew that I understood Hindi, so now he's telling me what's going on, and he's telling me, oh, you're going to the city square. Unfortunately, there's probably not going to be a lot of businesses open and not that many people there because most people take the day of rest on Sunday. I said, oh well, I'll just go explore. So he drops me off in the city square, and I got there a little bit early. And I'm walking around, nothing is open except for one bakery and coffee shop. And I walk into the store, and I don't speak German. And I walk into the store, and I start looking around, and the shop owner happened to be from Punjab, which is where my family is from in India. And he starts speaking to me in Punjabi. And I was like, oh, this is pretty convenient because I don't know German. You speak Punjabi, I speak Punjabi. Now we can talk about what type of croissants are good and what type of pretzels I should eat. So now I'm talking to him, and I get something to eat and drink, and I hang out there for a little while, walk around the square. A few other shops opened up later on in the day, but then I had to get back to my flight. And then I walk back to the taxi stand, and I can't make this up. I get back to the car, and I go to the taxi, where the taxi stands were, and I knock on the window, and I ask the guy, how far is the airport from here, or can you take me to the airport? He looks at me, and he can see, obviously, because I wear a turban, I have a beard, that my family's from Punjab, that I'm Punjabi, and he starts telling me in Punjabi that he can take me to the airport. And I was shocked now, because now the three people that I have done business with, from the first taxi cab driver to the bakery owner to this cab driver, were all natives of some sort of other country. All of the three of these were actually from India. And he starts telling me that he can take me to the airport. Now at this point, I'm shocked. I don't understand what's going on here because I'm in Germany. And I thought that I'm going to be dealing with people that are native from Germany, with ancestry in Germany. Yeah, there was a lot of native Germans around there, but I kept dealing with people from different countries. And that's when it hit me. The people that were working on this day of rest were not people that were from Germany. They're people from other countries that want to make it in Germany. It was the immigrants who worked their butt to leave their country to come to this new country in Germany that wanted a chance to see success, to build their wealth, because they left everything for a shot at a new life. And now they're the ones that are working when everybody else is resting. And that's what I saw happen in Germany. And this is where now it made a lot of sense to me, because I think back to when my dad came to America. When my dad came to America, he had very little. He didn't know the culture, didn't know English, didn't know the people, left everything, left his family, left his friends, left everything that he knew to come to a brand new country for one thing, the shot at a better life, period. I mean, there's no other reason why you're going to leave everything that you're accustomed to besides that opportunity. And people are willing to risk their lives to leave their home countries for a shot at a better life. Now, when you do that, you're not going to that new place, that new country, to take it easy and chill and relax and live comfortably. No, you're going to go there to grind and bust your butt because you literally left everything for this one shot, this one opportunity, as Eminem would say. And so now you come into this new place, this new country for a shot, an opportunity, and you're not going to want to throw this away. So now when you go there with that type of mindset of risking and leaving everything, you're not going to want to leave a chance on the table for wanting to not succeed, for not succeeding. I remember when I was growing up, my dad would tell me, there's no such concept as a sick day. Because if you're taking a sick day, that means you're not working. If you're not working, that means you're not getting paid. If you're not getting paid, that means you don't got money to eat. Now, I was very fortunate. We didn't grow up poor or broke or anything even close. But I saw that mindset where for my dad and my parents, you work because you come with this opportunity and that chance. And so now, if you want something that nobody else has, you got to be willing to do what nobody else does. And that might mean you got to be uncomfortable. And we're in this day and age where working hard is kind of looked down upon, where people are kind of like, oh, are you sure you want to work on a weekend? Are you sure you don't want that work-life balance? Are you sure you should be working this late in the evening? Are you sure you should be putting in that much effort? You got to worry about all these other things. You need to get every 8 hours of sleep. You got to get all these things in your life. Now, don't get me wrong. Sleep is important. Your mental health is important. All these things are important. But they also play a part in different levels of your life and different stages of your life. In some parts of your life, guess what? You're going to have to sacrifice your sleep. In some parts of your life, guess what? Sometimes you're going to have to sacrifice time with your family. In some stages of your life, you might have to sacrifice time with your friends. This doesn't mean that you want to cut out everything and everything good and everything fun in life. But at some point, you have to be okay making sacrifices. And at some point, you have to understand when is that sacrifice worth it and what's not worth it. You don't want to go out and sacrifice your marriage for the ability just to make a lot of money because now you have a big bank account but no one to share that fun with. But you have to understand what is the right balance for you and when is that sacrifice worth it? And how are you going to make that balance happen? And that's the decision that you're going to have to make. When I was getting started on my entrepreneurial journey, I was not the smartest. I did not have the entrepreneurial guidance. I was always told, just study hard and become a doctor. Anything that's not medical related, anything that's not science or math, I should not think about it. So I had to do all of my entrepreneurial ventures in secret. I had to start investing in real estate kind of in private because I couldn't tell my family that I was doing these things because it was considered a distraction. So what did I do? I was going to school full time and running my business full time. I went to law school full time. I was running my business full time. And then I started taking night acting classes. That way I could learn how to be on camera. And you have to decide what is that sacrifice that you're willing to make. Think about any sacrifice any immigrant had to make who came from a foreign country. These are people that risked everything, left their parents, left their families, sometimes left their wives and their children, left their friends, left their money, left everything to go to a new country to find an opportunity, to create an opportunity because those opportunities are many times not there in the countries where people are immigrating from. People don't immigrate to a worse country. They immigrate to a country where they have more opportunity. And if you're in a first world country watching this video, you have the ability to understand what I'm saying. You're already blessed. The opportunity is there. Now, what you need to do is build that mindset of how can I capture that opportunity? Because guess what? If you're not willing to do it, somebody else is going to come and beat you. And yeah, I know in today's day and age, people don't want to talk like that because we want to feel all good and all happy and nothing's wrong and don't work too hard and get all your sleep and do all that stuff. You just got to figure out what's most important to you. In the beginning of my journey, I wasn't sleeping. Now I'm getting my normal sleep. And sleep is very important. Don't get me wrong, but you got to figure out what are you trying to achieve and what is it that you want right now. If you're going to make every excuse that everything has to be perfect and all the stars have to be aligned in order for you to go into work and do what you got to do, it's going to be very difficult for you to ever see any success in your life. And you're going to be the one that's constantly complaining and upset and envious because everybody else is willing to do what it is that you're not willing to do. And you're just going to hate on everybody else because they're putting in the work that you don't want to do. There's a lot of people that say work smart, don't work hard. It's a bunch of crap. You got to work smart, but you also got to work hard. And then you got to work in the right direction. And when you combine those three things, that's when nothing can stop you because you got to build that mindset of doing whatever it takes. And that might mean sometimes you got to make some sacrifices. And then as you start to see some success, well, now you can decide, where do you want to pull up the gas pedal? When is it okay for you to spend more time with your family? When is it okay for you to spend more time with your friends? When is it okay for you to spend more time on vacations? There's a whole genre, a whole spectrum of things, of lifestyles that you can live. And sometimes you got to make some sacrifices. And as you start to see more of the success that you want, now you can decide where on the spectrum you want to be. If you enjoyed this short clip from my longer videos, here's another clip that I think you'll love. And while you're at it, if you're interested in learning more about how to start generating passive income, our team put together an amazing guide on how to start generating passive income for free. All you got to do is click that button right over there. Thank you for watching, and as always, keep hustling.